Welcome students to my logic and philosophy class once again. Today we are going to learn the trick how to remember the truth tables. But before that, please like and subscribe my channel Logic and Philosophy by Dr. Anjana Bhattacharjee. So truth table. We need some formulas for the truth table. But how to remember? We always forget. So let's do the trick how to remember the formulas of truth tables. We know we have 5 constants. And for that 5 constants, with that 5 constants we have made 5 functions, which are called truth functions. Only 5, so it's very easy to remember. First one is curl, second one is dot, third one is val, fourth one is horseshoe, and the fifth one is 3-ball. Now how to remember what will be the truth values for these 5 truth functions. First, coming on to the truth function of negation, which we make with the help of the symbol curl, which means not. Now if you have a true statement, then curl P will be a false statement automatically, and if you have a false statement, then your curl P, that is the negative statement, will be true. So true statement becomes false and false statement becomes true. Coming on to conjunction, that is dot, which means and. So suppose you are having 2 true statements, automatically it will be true. But if you have a false statement with the true one, again in the third line also you can see false statement with the true one, and the last line both the statements are false, and how can it be true? So for conjunction, for dot, we have to remember only that with the true statements we can have only true truth value. Now coming on to val, which means either or. Now you see the last line, false and false. Either this is false, either that is false. If both are false, then how can my function be true? So only in case of 2 false statements, the either function becomes false, and in all other cases it becomes true. So to remember, only one point. Now coming on to horseshoe, which means if then. If this, then that. If it is correct, then the function is correct. Now you see the first 2 line. We can see the first line, if it is correct, then it is correct, the function is true. In the second line you can see if it is correct, then the second one becomes false. Then how can our function becomes true? And in third and fourth line you can see if both are false, then what does it matter whether it is true or false? So there is no question arises for the false truth function. So only we have to remember that first, if the first one is true and the second one is false, the function is false, otherwise it is true. You just have to remember only one line, then the other functions you can automatically remember. Then we have our last truth function, that is the equivalence. Equivalence means equal to. So if both the values are equal, then the function is equal, whether it be true or it be false. But if the values are not equal, you can see in the second and third line, values are not equal. So how can it be equal values? So it is false. So to remember only the 5 truth function, just the first line, just the one line. In case of negative, the opposite value will be there. In case of conjunction only, you have to remember if both the functions are true, then it is true. In case of val, you have to remember if they both are false, then it is false. In horseshoe, you have to remember if the first one is true and the second one is false, it is false. And in case of equality, you have to remember if values are equal, the functions are true. So only 5 truth functions you have to remember. Isn't it very interesting? Okay then, after this for today, thank you.